Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the RDA. If you are new, please consider subscribing and hitting that like button if you do enjoy what we're doing here. And today we're going with a bit of different content. For the first time, we're going to have a bit of a more or less live reaction, but obviously not going live. But it's first time looking at the press conference, and we're going to react to it together, if that makes sense. We're going to take a look at these quotes, and we're going to build an opinion of what Ole had to say in this press conference, and we're just going to talk about what this means going forward for United. And please do let me know your thoughts down in the comment section down below, and we'll reply to most, if not all, of the comments that we see. So yeah, let's just jump straight into it. So the first question was asked was whether suspensions were a benefit to Ole or not. And obviously he went down the route of saying it's never positive to not have everyone available, but we have players ready to deputize. We are ready to deal with that, so that's good. It feels like Ole is willing to trust the squad a little bit more. He knows that we have the depth, we have the quality in players that are willing to step up into the first team when they are required. So that's fantastic. And then we're going to move on to rotation. And Ole had to say, we have to make sure we go through, always pick a team I think will win a game. We will go into a game wanting to win this. We want to improve our performances. There will be a few changes, yeah? Some forced, some rotation. So that's a fantastic mentality, and one thing that I've never questioned about Ole is his mentality. It always seems like he is that winner. He is that born winner. He is the United way, and I just hate not seeing that so much on the football pitch. So hopefully this does mean that we're going to see a good amount of rotation. We're hoping to see the likes of Bruno rested, hoping to see some people take breaks that haven't gotten a rest anytime recently. So people like Aaron who have been playing non-stop, Harry who's been playing non-stop, but Harry is one of those forced change that Ole has mentioned here. So there is some good, there is some bad with it. And it kind of feels like without the force changes, I don't know if we're going to change the squad all that much. So whether that's just bringing Dan James in and just resting Paul Pogba, I don't think that's too much of a squad rotation, because I do think to an extent Ole does think Dan James is relatively first team. So I don't read too much into this quote, and I hope it does. I hope he does go, yeah, we're going to give some youth a chance. We're going to let Diallo and Shortire play. We're going to try bolster the squad, make them a bit more robust, make sure everybody's fully match fit and just ready to go when they need to be called upon. So I'm hoping to see further down the line that more youth has been included into the squad, because obviously we have 3 suspensions, so that's 3 slots that should allow youth to come into the squad, and hopefully that means they will be used as well. So let's see what the article has to say next. So Ole was asked about resting players based on the risk of suspension, and he just said no, and he just wants to go out and play the game properly, which is, I guess, is fair, but at the same time, it's kind of the reason we're in the situation in the first place. It's that mentality of, yeah, just go play the game, don't get a lazy yellow, move on, which I don't quite like. So I'm hoping he does change that, because again, we got 3 suspensions just from the last game. So anybody who could potentially get a suspension is only going to hurt us going forward. So I'm hoping Ole doesn't stand by his word on this one. This one feels very out of place, especially considering the situation we're in right now. 3 suspensions is unacceptable in one game, and that's just from a build-up of yellow cards. It wasn't even a straight red. So if a lazy yellow happens, which we all know is more than capable of happening, we could lose some players, some serious players. I think Lindelof's on that list now. I think he's 1 suspension away. I think Matic could be another one. But yeah, we'll see what happens in the game. We'll see who gets picked. We'll see if Ole does stand by his word, hoping that the players just don't go out of their way to get a lazy yellow. So let's see. I don't quite like that. This is on Ole and his son comments. Yeah, this was a very interesting banter, and this isn't something too serious. It's just Ole saying he doesn't want players to be simulating diving. He doesn't want anybody to be doing anything like that. He wants to slate players that are diving. He wants it to root out of them, just like Sir Alex did to him, which isn't a bad thing, but it just made for some awful banter with Ole saying that he wouldn't feed his children if they dived like that in a game. So yeah, I don't know, this is just blown out of proportions, and this does not need to be in mainstream media. Moving on, guys. So a Jesse Lingard update. It's it's very clear that Oli has a soft spot for Jesse, and I think we all knew this since he took the job. And he's just congratulating him and hoping he's going to make it into the Euro squad in those quotes. And right now, he's just hoping for the best for Jesse, and Jesse's doing fantastic. We all know that, and yeah, we'll see whether he's going to come back in a United shirt or not next season. Next, Eric Bailly has been ruled out, so Eric is not available for tomorrow. He has travelled back to England, so he's back with the squad. He's back training, I assume, but I guess his COVID test or his quarantine isn't quite done yet, so he's not going to be able to play. So I think that leaves just Twanzebe and Lindelof to be our centre backs. So let's see what I has to say about that, because I'm assuming that's going to be pretty soon. United can't be complacent, of course not. And he said, we have a great foundation, but we have to win. They will give everything they've got. Momentum is big in football. I think that's perfectly summed up, and I like that a lot. What to expect from Granada? It's a quarterfinal in Europe. They need to score goals. We have seen against Barcelona and Real Madrid how dangerous they can be. We have to play a good game and not give them the opportunities. And that is the perfect mentality going into this. I do not want us to underestimate Granada. I do not want them to get an early goal and suddenly put us under pressure. So I am hoping Oli stands by this. I am hoping that he does realize Granada do pose some kind of threat. As much as it is somewhat minimal, I do think they have some kind of quality to get where they are currently in the Europa League, and potentially put something past us, which wouldn't surprise me, but I'm very much hoping Oli does take this as a warning. Okay, so apparently Axel is set to start for tomorrow, so that's some fantastic news. I think we all know that Victor and Harry have been the main partnership. As I says, they formed a very good partnership, and just Axel just hasn't had the chances. So right now, apparently Axel's ready for this opportunity, and he's ready to jump right into the deep end and just go for it and give it his all, which is exactly what I want to see from him. And I personally love Axel. I do want to see him starting a lot more games, especially considering the injuries we do have at centre back in a normal day, because Lindelof has a bad back, I think it is, if I remember correctly. So he's always in and out of the injury room. Bailly is just reckless. We've seen this time and time again. Something always happens to Bailly, and now he's got COVID. So we literally cannot escape the centre back woes. And now Harry Maguire's also out for this game, so we're literally left with two centre backs at this moment. So I am also hoping that we're going to bring up some youth for that. But I am glad Axel is starting tomorrow. I would like to see the Axel and the Love partnership. I think it could be very interesting. I don't think it would quite be our best partnership, but I think it could do a job. Next, not worry about the lack of leaders tomorrow. We're a group of very young players who want to improve and learn. Everyone has to lead. We have different ways to promote leaders. I'm not worried about that. Team spirit always goes in front of any individual. That's more than fair. I like that a lot. It's just galvanizing the team. It's what all the players want to hear. It's perfect. That's exactly what I expect from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and his man management. That's exactly it. It's perfect mentality. Eager to get business done over the summer. Transfer when it comes. I'm just focusing on finishing the season strong. Everyone's job would like to do deals as soon as possible, but my focus on winning games. Of course, that's what I was going to say. It's always just poor preparation from United's board and above. It's just we can't get anything done before the season even starts. It looks like we don't even have a shortlist at this point. It's just like we're going to wait till the end of the season and then we're going to see what happens, despite doing some early scouting now and just getting players ready, talking to their agents. I don't know why we don't do that. It doesn't make sense, and I hope it does change. And I doubt it's on Ali to put this blame. I would very much put it on the Glazers and above and everyone in that situation. So yeah, I do hope our transfer situation gets a lot better and this window is very fruitful for us. And yeah, I'm hoping we finish the season strong as well. Hectic midweek schedule affecting progress. Yeah, and you just have to accept that. That's the perfect response. We have not been in a situation when we can think of any game as given. It is a good way because then your coaching sessions are in the game really. What we have missed out on are the hours on the training ground. The biggest challenge was the lack of pre-season because you practice different ways of playing. But we only had one game which was focused on fitness. So yeah, I think that sums up what the Premier League has been like this season. It's been very hectic. It's been a struggle. In general, there's been lots of injuries. There hasn't been a lot of prep time. There hasn't been a lot of time outside of games. So like Ali said now, it does feel like coaches are coaching in the game. That's when your coaching sessions are. It's not the best, But it's kind of just the situation we're in right now, and we have to accept that, as Ollie says. And it looks like he has, and that's really good mentality. I have no issue with that whatsoever. Has mentality of the squad changed? It is not for me to say if the mentality has changed. Our job has been to get the best out of the players. That is different in every coaching style. I can feel a change in confidence when I start rebuilding a squad and we have a few months, seasons to learn. They have learned on the job. Now we want to win a trophy, go as far as we can. Again, perfect. So what you want to hear as a United fan, that we're going for this trophy, that we're taking it seriously, that the squad wants it, that the squad wants to push forward and take on this new champion-like mentality. It's perfect. It's perfect for United. I like that a lot. Solskjaer gives an unusual reason for why home form might have dropped. Oh, and this just is ridiculous. You'll see a change now to the banners around the place. It is not red anymore. We have looked into this. It shouldn't be any reason really, but some of the players have mentioned that split-second decision, red shirts on red seats. We have tried to change that along with anti-racism campaign. That was important. It is not red anymore. If you've got a 4-0 advantage, we didn't really have to win that game. First leg versus Milan, we still played. I am baffled by this. This is a terrible excuse for terrible home form. This is going to be a massive talking point, and it's just Ollie just speaking absolute rubbish. I don't know what this is. I don't know how the banners not being red anymore and then having red on red is going to be a challenge for the players suddenly. I don't get that. I seriously don't. I don't understand it, and maybe someone in the comment section can explain it to me, because I do not see this as a valid reason nor argument as to why our home form has slipped. So Marcus Rashford is a doubtful tomorrow. So it looked like Rashford hasn't trained, and it looked like Dan James is back in training from everything that I've seen as well. And then we're going to move on to, where was it? There was one more piece here. I think it was, yeah, United add Wolfish to the Europa League squad. That was the last piece of news to cover in this. And if you guys don't know, he's an academy prospect. He's a centre back, and he's looking very promising. So I'm very glad he has been added to the Europa League squad. And I don't think he's going to play. I doubt he's going to play unless like Lindelof gets a yellow card or something, and we need to make an emergency sub because something's about to go down, you know. So I doubt we'll see Wolfish actually play, but I would like to see him on the bench at least. It looks like we've got a lot of promotion from our youth side, and there's a lot of great youth coming through. So I'm very excited about that. And just to wrap it up, I think this Granada game looks pretty good so far. It looks like United are set. It looks like we're ready to go. And it looks like we've patched all the holes that we need with some youth. And hopefully that also means we're going to see some of that youth starting and actually playing regularly. And then we also had Ollie comment on Jesse Lingard a little bit, which seemed very, very positive and very happy about that. So yeah, you guys let me know what you think in the comment section down below. And all the sources here were taken from Manchester Evening News. So please do check them out if you guys are looking for any United news. They normally cover everything. And I love their websites for the press conferences. They lay it out very nicely. And yeah, I'll leave the link in the description below for it if you want to go check it out yourself. But that's everything for this press conference reaction. Please let me know what you thought in the comments, any questions that you may have, and please do subscribe and like if you enjoyed this content. Thank you. See you guys in the next one.